Ciao everyone and welcome back to a new episode of Learn Italian with Songs. Today we are going to talk about a song that was a request and that is quite recent. In fact, I'm talking about Cose Stupide by Alessandra Amoroso. Now, as I was saying, this is one of the new singles by Alessandra Amoroso, and it is titled Cose Stupide, which literally translates as stupid things. I don't have much to say to introduce this song because it is a pretty much classic love song, which makes sense. It is in the style of the singer. And once again, we are here to talk about breakups and how to overcome them, apparently. Because this is another love song about breakups. So, without further ado, we can start with the lyrics. The structure is quite classic: verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus. Easy, like love song 101. So, sognavo per noi, I dreamed for us, una vita come tanti, a life like many others. Uscire fuori con il freddo, going out in the cold, e darti il mio cappotto nero. I don't know why there is a typo here. E darti il mio cappotto nero, and giving you my black coat, che dà un tocco di mistero, that adds, literally gives, a touch of mystery alla tua malinconia, to your melancholy. E non ti appartenevo, and I did not belong to you. Ero solo un'altra donna nel tuo letto. I was just another woman in your bed. A pensarci mi bastava, ma che scema. Thinking about it, it was enough for me. But what a fool. Dai, prendo il tuo cappotto nero. Come on, I will take your black coat. Che alla fine mi sta meglio. That in the end fits me better. Now, we start with a clear premise expressed by the first line, because the song starts with sognavo per noi. I dreamed for us. So, we can understand, we can imagine, we can guess by the usage of the imperfetto, which is one of the Italian past tenses, that the story we are listening to, the story told us by the artist, is a story that has ended. That's why we start clearing out that we talk about breakups, suffering, we are not together anymore, let's go. So, what was the artist dreaming of? A life like many others. So, basically, a life together, of course, doing things like other couples, but it never happened. Here we have a specific image of two people going out with the cold, and there is this exchange with black coat. But then she says, e non ti appartenevo, and I didn't belong to you. again, this imperfecto that hints at a past that is not precise, okay? It is generally in the past. Stress, depressed, lemon zest, indeed, Gasso. This song is pretty much like that. Ero solo un'altra donna nel tuo letto. I was just another woman in your bed. And it was enough for me. How fool I was. And then, come on, I'll take your black coat, because in the end, it fits me better. So we had like these giving the black coat and the taking of the black coat, because it is probably implied that the artist is leaving. So, about a couple of notes, technically speaking, in Italian you say uscire fuori con il freddo. In English you usually say going out in the cold. In Italian is with the cold, literally. And then do not panic, because at a certain point she says, e non ti appartenevo, and I didn't belong to you. Before we dive head first into accusation of sexism, let's think about it. The verb appartenere, yes, it can mean belong, as in something related to ownership, okay? So, yes, it can describe ownership, but it can also mean to belong to something, okay? For example, a family. To explain it better, let's spend a couple of words on the etymology of the verb appartenere. Appartenere comes from a older version, which was appertenere. It is an intransitive verb, and it comes from the late Latin appartinere, which is a compound word formed by the prefix ad and the verb pertinere, or pertinere. I always forget the accents. Which not only means to belong, but also to concerns, okay? From a certain point of view, it can mean to be part of something. So in this case, I don't think the artist is meaning like you didn't own me, because people are not owned. Friendly reminder. In this case, appartenere means I didn't concern you. I wasn't part of your life. Ok, in this meaning, non ti appartenevo. I wasn't feeding you. Ok, we could say. Ma che scema, or ma che scema is feminine, scemo would be masculine. It is a very common Italian exclamation, is like say, oh my god, I was so silly, oh my god, that was such a silly goo. It's like, ma che scema, ma che scemo, okay? And then another little note, we have dai, as in the interjection, the exclamation, which has the meaning of come on, again, interjection or exclamation. But literally speaking, in Italian we say dai, which literally translates as give me. Okay, but the meaning is come on. Then we have the pre-chorus. Ti direi che con te invecchierei, ma la notte notte è giovane. I would tell you that I would grow old with you, but the night is young. Non perdiamoci in chiacchiere, per carità. Let's not waste time in chit-chat, for goodness sake. Io con te non ci voglio parlare di cose stupide. I, with you, don't want to talk about stupid things. Cose stupide, stupid things. Now, stupid things, of course, Cose Stupide is the title of the song. But what are these stupid things? Let's try to find out. So, at the beginning of the pre-chorus, the artist says, I would tell you that I would grow old with you, but the night is young. This means like, I could tell you you are the one for me. We could try to stay together and keep the relationship going, but the night is young, so... But I am young, I still have time, so like chances are it's not a good idea to waste my time with you because we are not compatible. Why we are not compatible though? She then says, non perdiamoci in chiacchiere, per carità, let's not waste time, our time, in chit-chats, for goodness sake. Now, a trivia, non perdiamoci in chiacchiere means let's not waste time in chit-chat, because le chiacchiere is like the chattery, the chit-chats, okay? The small talks, okay? But while in English you usually say let's not waste time in chit-chat, in Italian you say non perdiamoci in chiacchiere, which literally translates as let's not lose ourselves in chit-chats. And then we have per carità. The translation meaning-wise is for goodness sake. Per carità is an exclamation in Italian, okay, or an interjection. And it is pretty much used like you use in English, for goodness sake, but literally means for charity, ok? Io con te non ci voglio parlare di cose stupide. I don't want to talk with you about stupid things. So, what are these stupid things? Probably the artist is hinting at superficial things. Because the idea is that we could stay together, okay? But the problem in our relationship is that we never talk about serious topics. We already talk about these. We already talk about these in other songs because it is a problem that often causes the breakups, and it is the problem of not wanting to talk about the important things that matter. So, for example, as we found in the song by Noemi, Se ti innamori muori, we found some of the topics that you should discuss in a couple to build a future together. For example, about having children or about living together. And it is true that some people always avoid talking about it. And so, what do you talk about if you avoid the deeper discussions? You talk about stupid things, so superficial things, chit-chats, okay, small talks, because you don't have anything else left. And so you have this situation where you have one of the two partners wanting to discuss the future together, to discuss about the important things in life, and the other one like, no, I don't want to, let's talk about something else. But the problem is that the relationship has no future like that, because you need to discuss important things to build a long-term relationship. And in fact, the pre-chorus says, I don't want to talk with you about stupid things, thus we break up because we do not reach a consensus. And then we have the chorus. E lo so che soffrirò, and I know it, that I will suffer. D'amore soffrirò, for love I will suffer. Come un cane soffrirò, like a dog I will suffer. Non te lo posso dire, per carità. I can tell you for goodness sake che ogni volta finiamo a parlare di cose stupide. That every time we end up talking about stupid things. Cose stupide, stupid things. So, here we have the artist saying, I know that by breaking up with you, I will suffer. I will suffer a lot. Here in Italian it is used come un cane, like to suffer like a dog, soffrire come un cane. Because you have also in English this idiom, don't ask me why, but there we have it, which is like suffer a lot, okay. Why she's going to suffer? Because she's going to break up. And why she's going to break up? Because she cannot point out that the partner is refusing to talk about important things. In fact, she says, I can't tell you, like I am not allowed to tell you, to remind you, to point out that every time we end up talking about stupid things. So not only you refuse to talk about the important things, the crucial topics that in a couple are a must to discuss, but you are also like taking it personally or reacting in a bad way if I remind you that in our relationship we keep staying superficial because we talk about stupid things, like superficial things. Now we have the second verse. È strano rincontrarsi dopo tanto sotto un fulmine. It's strange to meet again after so long under a lightning. Mi chiedi come stai? You ask me how are you? Ma non saprei come riassumere in un attimo. But I don't know, I wouldn't know how to summarize in a moment. Magari evito. Maybe I avoid it. Non fare la drammatica, diresti tu. Don't be dramatic, you would say. Che tanto non ti appartenevo. That anyway I didn't belong to you. As in, as I was explaining, I didn't belong to your life. I wasn't the right one for you. I wasn't concerning you. Ero solo un'altra donna nel tuo letto. I was just another woman in your bed. Ti prego, non mi dire non è vero. Please don't tell me it's not true. No, non siamo mai stati male. No, we've never been bad. Non siamo mai stati meglio. E tu lo sai. We've never been better, and you know it. So here we have, ideally, the artist, the protagonist of the story, meeting after some time again the ex-partner. I think that after breaking up, we all had that thought about what if I meet my ex on the road? Like those segmentali, as we like to say in Italian, that overthinking about, oh my god, what if I meet them on the road, like in the streets, when I am outside, like what do I do? Do I say hi? What? Oh my god, like le pare. And here she's imagining or she's describing this eventuality. Luckily for me, all the exes I broke up with and with whom I had bad relationships are like thousands of miles away, so it does not concerns me. But I understand, like, I had many friends like, oh my god, what if? And here there is a bit of this description of the what if. So we have the ex-partners meeting again. Here it said sotto un fulmine, under a lightning, as in while it's raining, probably. I don't know if this is a reference to un colpo di fulmine, which is like an Italian idiom to say love at first sight. Quando hai un colpo di fulmine, when you have like a lightning strike, it means that you fell in love right away at first sight with someone. So might be a reference to that as well, this image, I don't know. And basically, we have this bad weather, they meet, and the guy asks, how are you? And in that moment, everything freezes, like slow downs, like in the moments of Death Note, where the protagonist starts thinking, because you're like, how do I answer? And at the same time, I came out in a good light. The question of the question. And in fact, like she says, but I don't know how to summarize how I feel, how I am, like right away in a moment, in just one answer, like I'm fine, I'm not fine, and whatnot. So she said, magari evito, which is also an expression, an Italian expression, which literally means maybe I avoid implied it. It can be both magari evito, like better not. It can be told to someone else, like, I don't know, one of your friends is doing something stupid and you're like, magari evita. It is like a bit sarcastic, okay, a little bit sassy, like anche no, like maybe not, come on. And so probably her plan in this case is just like to ignore him. And then she says, non fare la drammatica, diresti tu. Don't be dramatic, you would say. Which is an Italian expression, an Italian idiom similar to non farne un dramma, which literally translates as don't make a drama, like a theater play out of it, which means don't overreact, don't make a fuss about it, don't make a big deal out of it, like chill, okay? Because the idea is a bit don't overreact, stay superficial, sell, I don't know, your facade, okay? And this is pretty much the problem with the ex that used to be very superficial with a big facade, pretending to be in a relationship but clearly not emotionally available. And in fact, she's a bit like, why do I have to answer you? Like, why do we have to keep this facade like we were in a good relationship? I wasn't concerning you. I wasn't feeding in your life. You didn't really care about me. I was just like any other woman. And then she says, please, don't tell me it's not true. Like, for once, be honest. Like, take down your goddamn facade, okay? Stop with whatever this is. Because then she said, yeah, we were never bad. Like, we weren't like feeling bad in the relationship. It's not it was toxic. We were screaming against each other. But we weren't made for each other either. Yes, I wasn't feeling bad, but I wasn't feeling good either. I don't know if you ever had one of those relationship, also friendship, that are just bland. They are so superficial that you don't really have a relationship. And yes, you are not feeling bad with these people, but it's not nice either. It is just bland and neutral. And at this point, why should you keep a relationship like that? Because it's a non-relationship for the levels of superficiality that it has. Because yes, maybe for some people it doesn't matter, they are happy with it, but generally human beings need to have deep relationships with the person they care about. So of course, if it stays superficial and it's not bad but not good either, at this point, better not investing energies and resources, generally speaking, in this relationship. And then we have, once again, the pre-chorus. Ti direi che con te invecchierei, ma la notte è giovane. I would tell you that I would grow old with you, but the night is young. Which can also mean I have better options. Non perdiamoci in chiacchiere, per carità. Let's not waste time in chit-chat, for goodness sake. Io, con te, non ci voglio parlare di cose stupide. I don't want to talk with you about stupid things. Cose stupide, stupid things. As in, this is not the type of relationship I want from you. And thus, if I cannot have the type of relationship I want and we cannot compromise, at this point, it's better to end it. And then we have again the chorus. E lo so che soffrirò, and I know I will suffer. D'amore soffrirò, for love I will suffer. Come un cane soffrirò, like a dog I will suffer. Non te lo posso dire, per carità, I can tell you for goodness sake, che ogni volta finiamo a parlare di cose stupide. That every time we end up talking about stupid things. Cose stupide, stupid things. And then we have the bridge leading us to the last iteration of the chorus. Soffrirò, I will suffer. D'amore soffrirò, for love I will suffer. Come un cane soffrirò, like a dog I will suffer, ma poi starò meglio, but then I will feel better. Soffrirò, I will suffer. D'amore soffrirò, for love I will suffer. Come un cane soffrirò, like a dog I will suffer, ma ti importa o no se un giorno ancora? But do you care or not if one day again I will suffer, because then it connects to the last iteration of the chorus, saying soffrirò, starting with soffrirò. So here in the bridge we have like the peak of exasperation, because yes, I will suffer. So probably here the artist is thinking about breaking up, or after recently breaking up. And she's saying, I will suffer a lot, I will suffer like a dog, but then I'll feel better. Because again, the amount of frustration you get from a relationship that doesn't fit you, long term is exhausting. So, on the long run, long term, ending the relationship is better, because short term you are going to suffer like no tomorrow, but long term you won't have this black hole draining your energies. So on one side, in the first portion of the bridge, we have I will suffer, but then I will be better. But in the second part of the bridge, we have the other side of the coin, like the other side of the breakup, the frustration about, but do you care? Do you even care if I suffer? And in fact, in the song, when she says, ma ti importa o no se un giorno ancora soffrirò, but do you care or not if one day again I will suffer? And this part, this line in the song is almost screamed out. That's why, like, here there is the expression of the frustration of the situation, because on one side we have the rational, the logical part of our mind saying, okay, I don't feel better in this relationship. This relationship is making me frustrated. It's frustrating me. So, on the long term, even if on the short term I have to suffer, on the long term I will feel better. But on the other side, we also have like our feelings, our need to feel seen, to feel loved, the need of the other person to care about us. So yeah, I know logically speaking that I will feel better, but at the same time I think, but do you even care about me? Like, did I even matter in your life? And this is a bit the description of the duality of what happens after, or after a breakup, or right before a breakup, when someone is thinking about breaking up with the other person after reaching the conclusion that the relationship is going nowhere. And then we have one last chorus, functioning also, like having also the role of an outro. Soffrirò, I will suffer. D'amore soffrirò. For love I will suffer. Come un cane soffrirò. Like a dog I will suffer. Non te lo posso dire per carità. I can tell you for goodness sake that I'm suffering, implied, che ogni volta finiamo a parlare di cose stupide. That every time we end up talking about stupid things. Cose stupide, stupid things. In fact, here we can see every time that she says, I will suffer, and I am suffering, but I cannot talk about it with you, because with you there's space only for small talks. So in the end, you are not a safe space for me. And that was the lyrics of Cose Stupide. Now, gossip time as usual. First of all, despite the bit gloomy, frustrated vibe of the song, actually Alessandra Amoroso is having pretty much a good life. In fact, in September, she's going to stop the tour because this song is going to be part of the tour. But she's going to end it earlier because she's going to become a mom for the first time. There are like some very cute shorts and videos about her telling Annalisa because they are friends, and it is cute. It is cute. So, another thing is that I really suggest watching the video, because in the video there is an actress who already worked in the past with Alessandra Amoroso. This actress is called Matilde Jolie. And in my opinion, conveys perfectly the vibe of the song. She conveys the meaning mainly through her facial expressions. So she's a very good actress. I think she's also a dancer. And so it's not the first time the two ladies work together, and like good job. Now, besides that, I don't have much to say because we don't know exactly who this song is referred to. It is a very quite common story. I think this is going to hit right in the kokoro many people, because it is a very common situation where you start a relationship with someone who is not emotionally available, which is a problem because many people don't have are not brave enough to admit that they are not emotionally available. So they also try to convince you that no, actually it is not true, they are trying, they are not. And so you accumulate an incredible amount of frustration, because in the end it is a bit that feeling of wasting your energies and time with someone who clearly, it's not that they don't want to be in the relationship, it's just that they don't care. And to be fair, I don't know what's worse between someone who doesn't want to be in a relationship with you and someone who simply does not care about being in a relationship at all. Because it is also true that society pushes us to be in relationships because there is this fake idea that success in life means having a relationship. Of course, it is not. Human beings are complex beings, and we can have complex social interactions and social networks. It's not only the couple A plus B and that's it. But the problem is that due to this social pressure, many people convince themselves that they can stay in a relationship. Spoiler, they cannot. They just don't care about being in a relationship, but they push themselves and sell themselves as someone wanting to be in a relationship because of the social pressure. This, of course, brings people to develop relationships where the partners, maybe one of the and these where the problem arises, where one of the two partners wants to have an actual relationship and the other one doesn't want to, but keeps denying what they really want, which is like basically being alone. It's not easy. I perfectly understand the frustration expressed in the song, but sadly it is what it is, and in the end I agree with Alessandra Amoroso. Even if short term you end up feeling like shit, in the end, long term, it is healthier for you also because at least you can focus on finding someone who wants to build a relationship actively and not just like being there. Of course, this type of people wanting a superficial relationship, which is not really a relationship, works better with other people like them. At certain point, they are going to find each other and they are going to be happy like that, or they won't. But it's not your problem. Let's put it like that. That said, I don't have much more to say about this song because the artist goes pretty much straight to the point. So there's not much to say, if not yes. Understandable. Alessandra Amoroso, yes. Understandable, we agree. And don't forget to let me know in the comments what you think about Cose Stupide by Alessandra Amoroso, if you agree with the concept of Cose Stupide. That said, I hope you enjoyed. Grazie everyone for watching and arrivederci.